wonder how many chapters there are in this game. We'll never know. Probably 10. 9? 13.
I could click through every one of them except the Atlas.
It's because that one was contractually obligated. The others were just,
If they were all contractually obligated, but you could click through them, that'd be okay.
Hey, this isn't going. Must be. We'll see.
What?
Data load. Don't worry about it.
Really?
Okay, so it takes us about 14 hours. Let's go.
What did you play on hard?
Oh. Come on. It's not going.
Oh, hold on. Just give a second. There.
Okay. I figured it was something like that.
That is bizarre.
I just figured it would be able to do it here or something. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm calibrating my hand. You know, opening soda cans is really loud on the microphone.
Coast of the United States.
That's a punctuation.
In a location close to the nation's capital lies the U.S. branch of Caduceus,
Ah,
the
Caduceus.
international organization that treats and researches new diseases.
Wait.
Caduceus USA,
Is that like CDC?
jurisdiction of health and human
Caduceus. It's like kind of a similar sound.
authority to execute private missions.
What's wrong with your
Dedicated
connection?
to the treatment of intractable diseases and the prevention of infectious illnesses.
I don't know.
The wire like won't. It's got a permanent curl there.
Surgeon, place of birth, California. Valerie Blaylock, age 28.
Are they recapping?
Place of birth, North Carolina.
We stopped in the middle of a thing.
20. Nurse. Place
How did
of
they
birth,
know that we
California.
would be starting back now?
We didn't stop in the middle of a thing.
Yeah, we
This is
did.
chapter 3-1.
Oh, you're right. We did finish. Okay.
We specifically finished.
Created
Look, how?
special disease
It's been like a
catalog.
day, 2 days maybe.
Now, sign here, and on the written oath and the waiver form. Why the sour face, Dr.
If
Vaughn?
you ever waver, this form is here for you.
You're forming a new team? What, is this an anti-stigma measure?
You mean is it a result of Professor Wilkins' procedures? Well, we've had this planned for a long time, though the discovery of stigma did hasten its establishment.
You had an anti-stigma
Before the discovery
before
of
the
Sigma.
discovery.
I think the rediscovery, the resurgence of Sigma is
If
probably
we'll
what
be
they meant.
dealing with mainly new diseases, then we'll be performing fewer operations. I hope that won't affect my salary.
Leave it to you to think of that, Marcus.
No need to worry. We'll be referring plenty of patients to you. Special cases which may
I thought that hyphen meant someone was going to burst in,
Well, that's
and it would be time for an operation.
Your job description won't change much either, Elena. Your priority will be to assist Dr. Vaughn and Dr. Blaylock with the operations assigned to them.
Thank you very much. I'll do my best, just as I did at Concordia.
The highest paid
Now,
nurse
the
ever.
first thing I'd like you to do is become familiar with Caduceus and provide us with whatever information you have on stigma.
Regarding that matter, we've only encountered stigma in one operation. There's really not much for us to disclose, especially since Professor Wilkins...
I hate dealing with the
hid
stigma.
all the data.
It's not fun.
It's all right. Just tell us whatever you know. You may be surprised at how much you recall. Extraordinary events leave deep imprints on our memory.
I hope we'll be able to live up to your high expectations. I was wondering, are we going to be questioned about the disappearance of the professor?
I think some are a lot better than others. A lot
This is
better.
a hospital,
Somewhat.
not a police
Some stigma
department.
are better than others.
Interesting.
Well, we don't know where the professor was taken. They haven't even demanded a ransom. I still feel uneasy about all this. We'll do what we can.
Okay. Let me
I wonder if we have to disarm the bomb in
cover
this one
everything
too.
before my guest arrives.
Don't you have to disarm the bomb in every one of them?
You have to do something non-human. You have to
Hey,
do
there's a
surgery
bomb
on-
in your stomach.
This equipment. I knew Caduceus would be amazing.
It's where you keep your items, right?
This is too much.
Your responsibilities won't be much different than they were in the
You did get
past.
that shot that suppresses.
Even though you're now members
Uh-huh.
of Caduceus, you're still first and foremost doctors.
I believe that means that you
Dedicate
can swallow
ourselves to
anything.
research here.
Someone had to
At the
come
same
up with
time,
that.
We see regular patients. A major
Hideo
part of
Kojima,
your
probably.
duties will be to keep your skills sharp.
Well, it
How did
can't
he get
be
this?
worse than
How did he get this? He probably was thinking like prison. Maybe they smuggle smokes in their stomach. That sounds
Maybe it was a
reasonable.
prison game before.
Let's take a look at where you'll be performing your surgeries.
Sneaking.
We got you captured,
Uh-huh.
and you have to get out.
There are a total of 10 ORs, each one equipped for a different type of procedure. Oh,
Come on.
Dr.
That doesn't
Everett.
make any sense.
Director, do you know where Dr. Tsuji is?
This is Dr. Everett, our chief surgeon.
He looks like he's in pain. Is something wrong?
I've got cholelithiasis.
Dun
I'm
dun.
trying to ask Dr. Tsuji to remove the gallstones, but I can't find
I'd like to think that's what working at a hospital is like. It's like everyone's just walking around with some surgery they need, and they're like, "Can you give me a hand with this?" Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Can you fragment them for me, please?
I wish I could, but I'm expecting a visitor shortly.
But I can't stand the pain any longer. Are these the new doctors you were talking about?
Yes, they are.
I don't care.
Maybe
who
they could
it
have a
is.
walking around
I
portion of
just
the game.
need help. I
Where you just
Do you
walk
think
around.
doctors would be
necessary.
like that? Like they wouldn't care what doctor because they know all doctors are good?
I feel like it would be like, this is a trivial fucking procedure, just do it. I don't care.
Not at
Just
all.
fragment some gallstones, it's the problem.
Skip the formalities. Just prep for surgery. Ah.
I was waiting for the second because there were two ows.
Alright. Let's do it.
Let me explain the chart. Dr. Everett has cholelithiasis and has been experiencing pain
hard
for
to say.
3 years.
3 years?
3 years?
This guy's pretty tall.
Yes, I've told him repeatedly to admit himself to the ward and have it treated.
6.5's pretty
However,
tall.
it seems he's far more interested in taking care of patients
can't.
than himself.
Read it. It's under her face.
8.7.
Typical doctor, neglecting his own needs.
I guess that just goes to show how passionate Dr. Everett is about his job.
When you put it that way. Oh, excuse me. Please continue.
We'll use a laser to fragment the gallstone in this operation. Please extract the gallbladder as well during the procedure.
So we'll be taking care of the cause of his pain as well.
Well, I must be going. I'll leave the rest to
Just
you.
walk around, you get into random surgery battles.
Let's begin the procedure.
An uninsured patient attacked. you do the cut, I'll do the...
We will now begin the operation. Please disinfect the incision area and
Oh no!
Oh, it was almost good.
I thought I had most of them.
Yeah, it was close.
first we'll be fragmenting the gallstones passing through the ductal epithelium. If a gallstone passes completely through the epithelium, the patient's vitals will drop. Let's begin by using the ultrasound to locate the gallstones. There's a gallstone. Use the laser to break it up. First, inject the sedative into the gallbladder.
We can't remove it all at once. Let's cut it into multiple segments before we take it out.
I'm gonna handle
And
the
don't forget to use
epithelium.
the laser on the gallstones while doing so. Alright then. Please
The
begin
ductal
cutting off the
epithelium.
first patient's vitals have dropped. The gallstone is split into 2 parts. The blood has been drained. Let's start cutting off the next segment. The second segment has been cut off. Don't forget to keep fragmenting the gallstones. Vitals have dropped. Please continue cutting the next segment. The third segment has been cut off. Remove the last segment before it hemorrhages again.
Oops.
What happened?
I think I didn't do a good job of handling the gallstones going through the ductal
It said
epithelium.
cut it before he hemorrhages again, and then he bled. But that's not a hemorrhage, right?
I don't know. I think that's a hemorrhage.
I got it this time. Tilted my
We
hand.
will now begin the please disinfect the incision area.
No!
I may not have completely...
Does that matter?
Alright, I'll take care of all the gallstones in the ductal
Fragmenting the
epithelium.
let's begin by using the ultrasound to locate the gallstones. There's a gallstone. Use the gallstone head first. Inject the sedative into the gallbladder.
We can't remove it all at once.
And don't forget to use the... Alright then. Please begin cutting off the first segment. The cut has caused hemorrhaging. The gallstone is split into 2 parts. The second segment has been cut off. Don't forget to keep fragmenting the gallstones. The third segment has been cut off. Remove the last segment before it hemorrhages again.
Okay, slow down. Slow down.
Please don't forget to treat the gallstones before they
I need to
pass.
increase his vitals. Okay.
Order has been exiled. They should have.
Please extract the gallbladder and place it on the tray. Well, please treat the hemorrhaging area with antibiotic gel and suture the epithelium closed.
What? Suture?
Yeah.
The gallstones have been eliminated, and the gallbladder has been
Why would
extracted.
we take out his gallbladder? Doesn't he need that?
He had stones or something. No.
Close him up.
You don't need your
Are
gallbladder.
you sure?
Yeah. You don't need anything. The body really just can't. Oh, come on. That was ridiculous. What?
I don't need that.
He's not 99. No, go ahead, just drop it. 95 is good enough.
Good.
We're gonna get a C. We always
We
get
always
a C.
get a C. Who could possibly get higher than a C? It's because the primary factor is the chain, and because there's two of us that can possibly make a mistake, and we're not going to
Yeah.
restart.
Emergency surgeries. I can't wait to see what's next. But I guess it was a good chance to get our feet wet.
You always see the positive, Val.
Oh, you're leaving? I was glad to hear the operation went well. Of course, I'd expect nothing less.
We always do our best.
I hear that often, but for some reason, this time I believe it. Tomorrow, we'll meet to discuss stigma. I'm counting on you both.
Like she said, we always do our best.
Those are the fun procedures, though.
What?
Just like,
Hanging out?
yeah. Lasering some gallstones, cutting out a gallbladder.
Wow, you assisted in an operation on your first
Who's
day
that?
here? You must be good.
Um,
No, it's the doctors who are good. I'm just
ultrasounding the
fortunate to be
ductal
working with
epithelium.
them.
Learning words like ductal
Sounds
epithelium.
like you work well with them. In my case, it depends on who I'm assisting. I get along with Dr. Everett, but Dr. Tsuji, on the other hand...
They've lost so many patients together.
Forget I
God.
said anything. By the way, Ms. Newman, about the operating room support system. Oh, call me Leslie. Everyone else does. Now, it's our responsibility as nurses to manage the support system. It'll probably take some time, but once you get used to it, you'll be able to update an E-chart in a snap. Want to give it a try in a vacant OR?
Why are we watching this?
I'd
don't
love
know.
to.
I don't care about this shit.
It's character development.
Regarding this new
Character
disease,
introduction.
which has tentatively been named stigma.
But it's also like procedures and stuff.
We
It's like
received a
paperwork.
report from the National
Update your
Security
E-chart.
Council and
Yeah.
have begun an independent investigation. Its threat level is unknown, but I can say that the pathogen possesses astonishing mobility.
Threat level?
It was
7.
unclear whether it even existed until now. But the Wilkins case put an end to the debate.
And we are basing that assumption on the testimony
probably
of our
Dr.
two
Tsuji.
doctors, yes?
That's my guess.
Oh, pardon me.
She's got a scarf,
I'm not a
just like the other person
a
has a
surgeon
scarf.
here.
It's part
It's
of
nice
the.
to meet you both.
That's how you
You're
know
absolutely
if someone
correct,
works here.
Anaya.
She's got a scarf.
While the information
Or
provided
mascot,
by Dr. Vaughn
whatever
and
it
Dr.
is. Cravat.
Burdick is highly reliable, our own investigation at Concordia also validates the theory.
A gorge.
And it's worth noting, Professor Wilkins was conducting all the research on his own, without help from other doctors.
We spent less than a month there following our transfer from Alaska. But during that time, the professor seemed somewhat paranoid about an information leak.
To be honest, I'm surprised there was a leak, no matter how small.
The NSC never tells us their source of information. I bet the military is involved in it somehow.
They don't
Let's try
source
to
their
make do with the information given.
their claims.
At this point, the research can no longer be left exclusively.
Mysteriously.
Well, it's in like.
The works cited at page is always left
It's
behind.
now the
Well, they always do it in Chicago style, and no one knows how to
No
read
one knows
that.
how to read that. We just throw that page away. It's not even English. I was not even supposed to
We
read that.
received reports of suspicious cases from various countries. We've already discussed those cases in a previous meeting.
She speaks very slowly.
Pathogens in question were confused with various parasites, so nothing was conclusive. If
Maybe
any
she's
new
reading from a
cases
chart.
occur,
Oh.
they should now be reported to Caduceus International.
Does sound like
It's
she's in the
unfortunate, though, that Professor Wilkins' data was destroyed, and by an unidentified assailant at that. Am I the only one here who feels uneasy about this?
We're hoping that
I
the
bet
professor's
the
still
doctor booby trapped his own findings and
From now on, if any new cases of stigma
Rousseau.
arise here in the U.S.,
triggered the bomb or something.
patients will be transferred to this facility
There was no
whenever
leak.
possible. both Health and Human Services and the National Security Council have agreed to this. The operating surgeons will be Dr. Vaughn and Dr. Blaylock. Their prior experience dealing with stigma will be invaluable. I personally stand behind them, 100%. The rest of you will be invited to witness their expertise very soon.
I look forward to seeing the infamous healing touch.
Well, too bad, because we don't know how to use it.
About like a 4-person game doing
What if
surgeries.
we got nurses?
There's a lot of people in most surgeries, not just one.
Were you as shocked as I was by what they already knew?
I think that might be interesting.
Not really.
One person
A
has
doctor
to
considers any and all.
do the anesthesia.
Uh-huh.
Lame ass
I had
anesthesia.
no idea there was data on stigma, other than what the
Make it an MMO. You just have to group up.
Well, we've got more.
You got a raid?
You're all like sitting in the doctor's lounge, and you walk into the doctor's lounge, and it's like looking for group.
We're
That's
leaving
fine.
for the 10th
Trying to-
hour tomorrow morning at 8, right?
Yes, so don't
Patient
be late.
27.
All right, then I'm gonna go home and get some sleep.
We need a.
What was that sound?
That's the automatic door sliding
You
open.
say so.
What happened?
Though that door.
It
looks
sounded
like-
very Star Trek.
Yeah, look at the background door.
People
It
are
could
in serious
slide.
condition.
Whoa!
We have to
I
work
want
on
to do all of
30
them.
people.
The state
I want to do all of them.
This is a raid level.
Right?
Yeah.
This is raid. This is where you need the large group.
Elena, can you let them know that
Just
we
chain them all together.
You need someone
A
to.
perfect 30
You need
combo.
someone to pat the forehead so the sweat doesn't fall down in your
Finals
eye.
35. It's dead, man.
Pass.
No
Pass.
I response.
I'm done.
This guy's dead. Next. Give me someone who's gonna live.
V1, V3, M2.
Oh.
Cerebral
On the
posture.
Glasgow coma scale. He's in critical condition. The patient has taken considerable damage.
You can't
to
be
the
under
right
an
part of his
8
body, and
on
his
the coma
lungs may be
scale.
at risk.
He's definitely in bad shape.
The exact
There's a scale of
locations of his
comas.
injuries are difficult to determine right now. His vitals aren't stable either.
I mean, stigma.
Please hurry.
But there's no time to lose. Let's begin immediately.
Alright, shut up. Let's do it.
No time to lose.
No matter
Because.
what.
You're taking lead this
Begin
time?
the operation.
Huh?
Are you taking lead this
Yeah,
time?
sure. I'll cut things. Taking the scalpel.
Oh, God.
Oh man. This is
I'll
the scalpel
drain.
work.
I'll drain.
Beginning the operation. The patient's condition has worsened since it began by treating the external wounds.
Shh.
The external wounds have been treated.
That's
but
pretty
I
good.
assume that it can only
Good.
be worse on the inside. Let's open him up and begin treating his internal organs.
Looked like you didn't even hit that bottom one before it opened.
Interior wounds.
I got the left one, you get the right. Clamping.
Let's keep an eye on his vitals and treat everything.
Oh, no.
This wound can't be.
What?
sutured.
Oh, come on.
You'll need to use the forceps to hold
I didn't do anything.
one side of the wound with a force. Please suture it quickly, or the wound will open again. That's the worst of the wound. The vitals are dropping. Please begin treating
We need some
the
green.
wounds.
Oh, you should have slowed down.
Tool to change
Sorry.
where we're looking. There should be other injuries nearby.
Look around with the magnification tool. Fly.
How do you move?
With B.
What's this? What's this?
Use green.
Hemorrhage is formed. Use the antibiotic gel to treat it. Drain the pools of blood.
I need to go up. No. That's hemorrhaging.
You got it.
Vitals are stabilizing. Patient.
Move on.
Alright, let's close him up.
How come you don't have to clamp that one? It's like the hugest thing.
Controlled.
Is it not working?
Keep going. Just takes a bit. That's it? That was nothing. What about... There were 30 patients and we only got to do one?
And that one was easy.
That one was easy.
Nothing even went wrong.
It was all as planned. And we still got a C.
That was the last of the patients.
How did we get a C? I thought we did pretty well.
Wrap things
Yeah.
up now.
I screwed up on some of the glass removal.
Whatever.
Alright.
That stuff is so weird. It's like, I feel like I'm going right, but I'm just not, I guess.
Assist you again sometime.
I remember there was one, it was really long, and it's like, you have to pull it out and then turn,
Turn it.
and then...
Yeah. I like it. It's
Yeah.
just,
Well,
you know.
It should require some twisting as well, though. That would be
That
really
would be
tough.
cool.
Yeah. I guess that's the life of a
How would that work on touchscreen?
no matter where you
Like a multi-touch kind of thing?
Alright,
You gotta spin it.
see you tomorrow. Right,
Don't do it.
I think this game on iPad would be awesome.
Don't worry. If we can survive in Alaska, we can survive anywhere.
You don't like the touchscreen one better than this one? I prefer the DS one.
Yeah, maybe so.
I like the controls. What's going on? Dude.
It's kind of neat to like touch
Yeah.
back to the instruments.
Yeah, I mean, but this is fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but you know, motion controls.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of
I
love.
have a new job for you.
yeah. You can see like it's incredibly unstable, even though like we're.
You are head of
But even that's still pretty cool. Just you gotta
It's
have doctors
It's an
steady
interesting
hands.
level of
Simulations.
yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
Jesus, it's a high.
You must be busy adapting to
Shit, I saw his name.
as
I
well
don't
as the
remember.
newly established. But the director recommended you to, so I would appreciate your assistance.
It's nice to meet you too. It would be our
I was
pleasure.
hoping she would say his name.
Good.
Whatever.
I'd like you to participate in clinical testing under the supervision of the research lab.
Let me remind you that it is the duty of those in the medical field to not only cure patients, but to also research and pioneer new treatments.
Too much
Doctors
responsibility.
and researchers must work together to fight diseases both present and future. That's the purpose
Pass.
of Caduceus. There may be some interesting characters here, but they're
I'm only gonna work on the future.
I consider
Fuck the
myself
present.
very fortunate to be able to
I mean that guy. But we're not. We're working on the present. That's all we do.
now have
Yeah.
the assistance of two truly gifted doctors with the healing touch.
Yeah, we've got these doctors. They've got this amazing thing, the healing touch.
Precision.
Let's put them together and only let them work on operations together. Let's not split, you know.
Enthusiastic about
You don't want to break up that team.
You don't have any objection, do you?
Let's put Superman and Batman in the same city so they can really protect it.
He's a dedicated professional, although he
And not even on the same in the same. It's like we'll tie them together.
There's an operation I'd like the two of you to perform. The research you're contributing to will give new hope to heart disease.
Three-legged superhero.
That said, I mean, you know, when you're saving the world, you want all hands on deck. You know?
I suppose.
It's true.
But think of how many other things are going on at
Yeah,
that time.
that's true.
Mostly journalists and politicians who are trying to make a name for themselves. You know
He's
how
just
to
holding that vial.
produce significant results when conducting.
It's like those plots where they like blow up something else, but then they rob. the
Yeah.
thing that
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
blown
That's a
up.
good point.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dr. Cromwell, you have friends with you today. Would you introduce me? Pretty please.
Is it
Cromwell.
You really should start acting more professional. This is Ms. Vasquez. She's a representative of the Humani Corporation.
She's evil.
I'm Dr. Blaylock.
Who works for a corporation and isn't evil?
Nice
People
to
who
meet
are
you.
undercover in a corporation.
That's true. But who's flirty works for a corporation.
What are you talking about? Pretty people are always the heroes. Except when they're not.
When
They
they're, then
show-
they're the worst villains.
Yeah.
I hope my looks don't give you the wrong impression about our company.
I don't know what that means.
Kumani is a major player in this industry, and I've been known
was expecting
to
someone
hardball
prettier.
when needed.
Humani holds several lucrative
Humani.
pharmaceutical patents and leads the way
Patents!
in regenerative
Patents! Regenerative medicine?
Anything
Well, there's such a thing as protective patents. No, defensive patents.
That's a patent.
There's no such thing as
We have a
protective
research
patents.
specialist from Humani on staff as well. She's a very talented young woman and has produced great results. I believe she's nearby.
I know what he's talking about.
Cynthia, can you spare a moment?
I'll go get her, Dr. Cromwell.
She'll be dead.
I'd appreciate it.
Because Miss Vasquez will have killed Cynthia.
Possible without her help.
Yes,
And we'll have
Dr. Cromwell?
What's happening here?
Oh, that's right. You said you'd introduce me to the doctors today.
I see.
I
What
mean,
kind
I was thrown with the new
I see what
nurse,
kind of
and now
recruiting-
there's 2 more women.
I see what kind of recruiting they do at
This
Caduceus.
is Cynthia Kazakov. She's a beautiful woman, as you can see, and quite brilliant.
They are making a note of everyone's looks.
You wouldn't happen to be from Triple
It's not
Medical
just-
School, would you?
Are they like reading the script descriptions? Like,
She's
as you
a
can see, she's
beautiful-
very beautiful, but also talented and smart.
Oh look, they were friends.
became a doctor. Congratulations.
This is not that good of friends. Haven't spoken to
They
each other
were
for 10
acquaint-
years.
They were acquaintances.
10 years, man.
Expected to see you here.
You're going to be helping us? This is great.
If someone's a doctor and you didn't know they became a doctor, It's got to be at least 8 years, probably
That's true.
10.
That's true.
Nice to meet you, Doctor.
So, you two are old.
You don't just become a
Yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
This will be a fruitful partnership. Now, Cynthia, can you explain to them about the cardiac patch?
You see, the heart has some bugs. And we're trying to push out this patch.
Obliterative cardiomyopathy. Okay.
Allow me
Synthetic
to
heart?
explain the details of the operation.
That
Pieces.
fan is still
Usage
blowing.
of the myocardial
Which fan?
patch.
The fan blowing her hair. back.
Oh, yeah.
Our patient
Maybe she's just doing
is a
this.
10-year-old girl with an
Like,
occlusion in her heart.
Turning your head once and letting it
Heart
fall.
functions are deteriorating. If this continues, she'll have a myocardial infarction.
A heart attack.
That's where the myocardial patch comes in.
I don't know much about it. It's a form of synthetic membrane, correct?
We've worked with that.
Yes, it's a new type.
We usually
of
take it from the left side of the
that
body,
uses
but
a
you know.
whole cell voltage clamp.
What did you do?
I don't know.
I'm fine.
The membrane itself is elastic.
At least you didn't hit minus.
Move
Then we'd
and
be
function.
fucked.
Elastic. I see.
That's amazing. It truly is a miracle of science.
Don't say
It's only
ridiculous
as
things,
incredible
Valerie.
as the skills of the people using it.
Nothing like a little pressure. I don't mind though. It motivates me.
So we're wrapping the heart in elastic.
We'll do our best,
Okay.
of course.
Like a rubber band.
I can promise you that. I'm glad to hear it.
A surgical rubber band. Well, there are surgical staples.
So, we'll be
There's got to be other surgical offices.
Surgical tacky, sticky tack.
Surgical
For
posting.
putting posters on
Is that this operation's objective?
surgical paper clips.
Yes, that's correct.
It's more of a paper clip than a
This
staple.
operation will be performed without stopping her heart. But I have faith in Caduceus.
Ha, that's what you think. Let me tell you, there's going to be a lot of heart stopping going on when I'm behind the scalpel.
Ready
But I'm
to
not.
begin the operation.
See you.
Alright. Which color am I? I got it.
I got the green. I got the green.
Let's begin the operation. We'll be operating on the heart.
Damn it. I can't do it.
I think you just went too quickly
Ah,
behind me.
what's that?
Let's confirm the procedure.
Is it the Powell procedure?
Wait, let's just.
3 areas of occlusion have been located on the heart. We'll apply the myocardium patch to them all. Follow the guide and keep the placement and angle in mind when applying the patch. If the myocardium patch isn't placed correctly, the patient may undergo cardiac arrest. Start by applying antibiotic gel to the occlusion areas. The first myocardium patch will be applied here. Carefully match the location and angle of the patch with the pattern on the heart. The myocardium patch has been successfully applied to the occlusion area. Her heart rate is increasing. There's a possibility that the already weakened areas of the myocardium may hemorrhage. If you find a hemorrhage, treat it with the antibiotic gel before its condition worsens. Here's the next occlusion area. What? The guide moved? Does this mean that we'll have to time the
Oh my God.
faster? Apply the patch when the size of the guide matches the size of the patch.
It's moving.
Doctor,
Ah!
patient's undergoing cardiac arrest.
Good job.
I tried.
This is a 10-year-old girl and you're giving her a heart attack.
Would you?
Get closer. You suck. You're garbage. Oh.
You have a pulse.
I tried so hard.
Let me give.
Yeah, go for it.
A blood pool is formed. Doctor, patient's undergoing cardiac arrest.
You have to hit A first.
Defibrillator to resuscitate her.
Damn it.
Clear. Charging 660. Something happened.
Doctor,
I need.
Suction?
blood pool.
Is this all?
The second occlusion area has been... Her heart rate is in. Be careful when placing the patch. Watch your timing.
I'm out. I'm out of juice.
Doctor, the patient's undergoing cardiac arrest.
How did you get the first one? How did you time it?
I don't know.
Use the
I didn't get
defibrillator to resuscitate her.
Just whatever you do, don't thrust and then press A,
Why?
because then your hands are all the way out.
Please watch the guide and place it on the side
Suction.
of the patch. The myocardium patch needs to be placed along the guide. Placing it there is useless. Doctor,
Shit.
defibrillator to
I
resuscitate.
tried to go too quickly. She's gonna die, man. This isn't gonna happen.
We have a pulse.
My turn.
Please watch the guide and place it when the sizes match.
Ah!
Use the defibrillator to resuscitate him. We have a pulse. The patch wasn't applied to the correct area. Use the defibrillator
I can't.
to resuscitate
Let me take it.
This is just ridiculous.
We have a pulse.
It's so unclear. Like, it's gonna be exactly like the hand thing that we had to do earlier.
Defibrillator
Except it takes forever to get.
What do you want from me? I'm there. You got it? Okay, yeah.
We have a pulse. The patch wasn't applied to the correct
Okay, I
area.
got this. I got this. I need suction over here.
Let's treat. The patches have begun synchronizing with the myocardium's
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
return. She should be all right now.
It's alright, fine. Well, no one will ever know what happened in here.
But it keeps getting worse. Oops, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, we still got time. You're gonna...
Just give me a hand here, too. But you might want to gel up in this one. I'll do it, because my syringe is getting tired.
We're finished.
Alright.
I don't like that. I don't like that timing because it's horribly unclear.
It's pretty unclear.
That was a flawless operation.
I guess I should have done it.
No, it's fine. Flawless
I
operation.
guess I should have done it after I thought it should be done because that's how the other one worked.
Operation.
The patch is sure to integrate with the existing.
I mean, you know what I mean? Is that what you were doing? Did you do it a little after, or did you just wing it?
I just did it.
Excellent results, Valerie.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing more operations like this one.
Well, we wouldn't want to take up all of your time. The director has already spoken to us regarding the research on stigma. We're currently in the planning stages. In time, we'll show you what we're capable of. Right, Cynthia?
Yes, Dr. Cromwell.
There's an input lag somewhere.
Input lag? Oh, is that why we're having difficulty, you think? I don't think so.
I mean, it might just be baked into the game. You know, I'm not blaming any of our technology. I'm just saying.
The NIH has received a request for help from a hospital in Texas.
The
They're having difficulty with the diagnosis.
NIM.
Based on the
That's
patient's
National
chart,
Institute of Health.
there's a good chance that it's stigma.
Sure. Oh, this means
So this is what we're dealing with, hmm?
These two pictures were taken only a few hours apart. Look how far the focus is shifted. And its size has increased drastically.
A biopsy was attempted, but they were unable to obtain a sample of the pathogen. The patient will arrive in roughly 3 hours.
We never had to
Blaylock will be performing the surgery.
do supernatural
She's
things
conditioned upon her arrival
in
and
Trauma Team,
proceed
did
with
we?
the operation.
There was something very late.
Didn't we have psychic powers when we were investigating or something?
Don't worry about it.
I'm just saying.
I don't remember.
That you two will
There was a guy.
but I'll get it ready nonetheless.
I forget his name.
I want to play that game again. When are they going to make a new Trauma Black?
I don't know.
They're so good, and
They
they
are
seem
so
so
good.
easy.
They are
Like,
so
you
good,
get some
and they
good
do.
voice actors.
And you just write some fucking story. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Any case history?
She was involved in an accident 2 months ago.
This is a game I would absolutely buy, and then just keep buying level
Was
packs.
the transfusion.
I hate buying level packs. I'd rather just buy this. I don't know why.
But that takes it longer for the game to come out.
It doesn't have to.
But it does. It does.
But can you check with them just in case?
DLC is better for companies.
I'm
and so
uncomfortable-
if it's
I'm
if it
super
works
uncomfortable
out-
with DLC on consoles.
Huh?
I'm uncomfortable with DLC.
I'm uncomfortable with DLC in general because I want it on a disc.
Like, I want to be able to back things up, and I want to be able to play things without.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to do that on the new consoles anyway.
Even so,
So
I don't
it's
buy
over.
DLC on consoles. Is the thing.
Yeah, I got you.
let's stay.
Stay positive.
Stigma.
According to the test results, this stigma is completely different from the one we saw before. There are some similarities, though, such as high
Stigma
mobility.
type 2.
It tries every conceivable method to make its victims suffer. It's like
I don't think it's conscious. I mean,
If it is stigma, then there must be a core somewhere. If we can
But is
find an
anything?
attack,
So we can. Any use of tries
keep
pretty simple.
stopping it.
A core. Now that you mention it, there was something in the report about that.
That's right. We saw something like a core when we were operating on Professor Wilkins.
I'm surprised you remember, Marcus.
they all should have just made photocopies of what they were doing. For your own records, you know?
A hunch? Well, at least we have some hope of defeating it now.
I'll be praying that I don't have
Great,
to
you have a
get involved.
hunch.
It's haunting me. Wherever I go.
What was
Dr.
that?
Vaughn,
Nothing.
It's nothing. Let's end this nightmare.
Time to wake up. Time to wake
It's your turn.
Let's give it our all.
Where the hell's the scalpel? Upper left.
the exact nature
Well,
of the
just left.
stigma.
We'll just have to open her up and observe it for ourselves.
Stigma confirmed. It's much larger than before.
I want to suction it.
That must be its core there in the center. The plan is to use the laser to incinerate it, but
We can't do anything to it since the core has enveloped itself within the surrounding cellular tissue. The tissue itself looks highly viscous.
Ha!
Let's try draining it.
Good job. The amount of cellular
I was
tissue
right.
around the core has decreased.
I'm a doctor.
Okay, then let's continue this and drag the core. Is this a tumor? Let's burn it with a laser.
The core's been exposed.
Where's the laser?
Use the laser to
Down.
incinerate it.
Do you need
It's
more?
working. The
You
core's
have 3
being
times,
covered
so.
by the tissue again.
So we want to pump.
There is still tissue left inside the patient. Please drain it.
What's this? I can't actually.
Drain it.
I'm trying to laser it. Oh, drain it.
Just a little more.
did it split up?
The core has to be in one of them. Use the drain to find it.
No presence of stigma can be detected. Let's treat the remaining.
That was an amazing operation. Let's close her up and be finished.
We were able to deal with it. Somehow.
Lasers and suction.
I hope this
What do you mean
is the last
somehow?
time I have to perform an operation in the dark.
We're finished. Great work, everyone.
Do you think that's foreshadowing? Or we have to actually perform an operation in the dark? Like,
What would that even mean?
you have like a light and you move the light and then... They've done it before!
Yeah,
Oh yeah, B!
that was really easy.
That was pretty easy. The game has to be easy because we're playing a 2-player. They didn't make it harder, I don't think.
You all did a great job treating it. I'm glad you're with us. Would you
Like, this game's super intense solo.
Theseus' own special
Crazy.
disease counteraction to it.
We'll
I
hold
wanna
on
die
to this
levels
case
of-
of stigma within
It
the
would be
next
irresponsible to
days.
not have 2 doctors.
It would be. It would be.
Of course,
Why would you make things harder for yourself when someone's life is on the line?
Your report will also be forwarded to Health and Human Services, so please get...
Just give me a strong cup of
We
tea.
support each other when we can, so that when we're alone,
Good.
What?
something.
We have... We're
Moral
weaker.
support. Moral
We're
support.
weaker because we haven't
Way we
grown
can
We're
anticipate
stronger.
stigma's
to hold ourselves up.
I
We're
will-
stronger because we have people who care about us. Haven't you seen any movie? They all have that.
A spirit bomb. A spirit
A
bomb.
spirit bomb. Right.
Haven't you ever seen a spirit bomb get launched?
I guess I'm just lucky.
There's no other name for that, right? Like the spirit bomb.
Who
is
cares?
just-
The spirit. That sounds. It says everything, and it sounds kind of cool. The spirit bomb is kind of a cool idea. I mean, it's overused for sure, but
Only an anime.
I liked it in Dragon Ball Z.
Indicate the
Obviously,
patient has been making
that was the first time I'd seen it, so
The end of
She
Earthbound
seems
ends
to be
with that spirit
recovering
bomb.
well.
that's a good one too.
How this disease
I watched
is
someone
transmitted in the
finish
first
that.
place. We should continue monitoring her for at least another month.
I like the way they did it a lot better than Dragon Ball Z.
I see.
Because it was like people you actually
I
knew.
think it's safe to say that the treatment
Not that
was
I knew,
successful.
but
Yeah.
I got that idea.
You could have known.
How about the pathogen itself?
You go to all those places. You talk to all those people. You touch all those lives.
And please keep it brief, Robert.
And somehow, across time and space,
Well, you changed the world.
your prayers,
And now the world helps you
your prayers
save it.
reach the people.
First, the
And they
virus.
start praying.
Stigma did not match any known organism. Meaning,
Man,
it's
I'm getting
a new
chills just thinking
species,
about it.
So we'll have to come up with a name for it. So how about it, Dr. Everett? You'll be a grandfather one of these days.
My son's only 12. All he thinks about is football.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll ask someone else.
What? I'm really confused.
Regarding the spectral analysis, our attempts to determine its structure.
He doesn't get to name it because his kid only cares about football.
That makes sense.
Is what I'm
I don't
getting
see
at.
what more explanation needs to occur here.
We tried different machines, but the outcome is the same. We screen for nucleic acid, proteins, glucose, lipids, and ATP, but there are no matches.
What is it?
Stigma consists of an organic compound that is completely.
How do you know if it's organic? Does it have carbon in it?
This will change.
Primarily made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen.
Whoever is credited with its
But it doesn't have any cellular stuff.
You
You
don't
know?
need that.
From a medical
That doesn't matter.
perspective, it's fortunate that Stigma's infectivity is weak.
Gas is
We're
organic.
trying to culture it, but so
I
far
believe.
there's no sign of growth or multiplication. It's
Yeah,
going to be
oil.
difficult to determine the means of infection as well.
This is more serious than we thought.
Not gas.
It's gotta be a parasite.
Madam Director, we have an emergency. Leslie, we're in the middle of an important
Damn it.
conference.
Damn it, Leslie, get
Secretary
your
Dr.
hell out.
has
Suji.
collapsed.
Don't be a
He
jerk.
may have intraaxial hemorrhaging.
We need
Actually,
to align his axes. His axes?
Let's adjourn the
His
conference.
axles. His axles. We need to align his axles.
he needs an alignment.
He needs an aligned procedure.
Bond,
This is
you two will be
dangerous.
performing the procedure.
You want us to operate on a high-ranking government official?
I want you
I'll
to kill
explain the details.
government official.
Please go make the
She was setting us
That
up
would be
to
funny if you murdered somebody by just putting the worst doctor in charge and just hoping.
You're like stressing the hell out of that one
Yeah.
doctor. It's like, he just operated on stigma. Now do this complicated procedure on this high ranking government official.
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
This is his chart from his previous admittance. We performed
Machine
deep
that is
brain
underclocked.
stimulation to
Out
treat
your
his
nose.
dystonia.
Deep brains. We just reached in there, really stimulated that brain.
He was able to recover
Put some mint in there. Yeah. Get a little tingly.
Looks like the system's produced by
Stick a
Goldman
finger in and
Corners,
tickle it.
the same company that made Elena's pump.
Yes, it's now a subsidiary of Humani.
Look at that.
If you have
They're
any
so evil.
questions
They're
about it,
so
you can ask
evil.
Isabella.
Director, what's this shadow here on the X-ray?
Oh, that.
Pay no attention
Campus chip.
to the shadow
We
on the X-ray.
incorporated his request.
Campus chip.
He didn't want to forget anything, so he opted to have his memory augmented.
That is the future. It is the
2015.
future.
Yep.
You need to worry about
2015. No, that's when the.
Time to discuss that.
I think we made that up.
Oh, we read
When
it
the
somewhere.
gel was
The
invented.
hematoma is far
No, I'm pretty sure it said that.
Okay.
But take care when using the thrombolytic.
We could have made it up.
Okay, we'll head over to the
Thrombolytic.
OR.
Oh, is this an aneurysm? Yeah, it is.
Subarachnid hemorrhaging. It's under the spiders.
Subarachnoid, okay? It's under the spider-like thing.
These are the results from the CT. Let's take a look. A number of
You know,
Is that an aneurysm?
that's probably actually what that word. Huh?
Well, brain things look kind of spidery.
Yeah.
Dendrites and whatnot.
burst and are hemorrhaging heavily inside the brain.
Dendrites.
What?
The sound like what you'd call the little, like in sci-fi, you'd call nanomachines. Oh, the little dendrites. They're
Dendrite is the head.
The dendrites will clean that one up.
There's the
Clear the excess
the
blood
the
from the
synapse, which is the gap between a dendrite and the axon, I think.
So subaxial realignment
Remember,
Huh.
that we're performing.
Maybe.
I don't remember what the hell we're doing.
Could be. We're
Axial
poking his
hemorrhaging-
brain. Whatever.
axial
Let's just do it.
hemorrhaging.
Even a tiny mistake could debilitate his brain.
Oh, we're gonna make big mistakes.
Look, let's just go slow.
It's gonna go.
Let's just be careful.
And then we're
okay?
gonna-
Let's just be careful. We'll just be careful. Like, we kind of go quick. We'll take it slow this time.
Beginning the operation.
No one's taking lead.
We're
We're
working
just-
on the brain.
We're both working together.
Yeah.
It's important. I'm gonna
Since
suction
we're
on this.
operating on the brain, even the smallest mistake can be fatal. We'll have to be extremely
I'll inject
careful.
cream into his brain. Slow. Kick it slow. Well, suction's pretty.
Harmless.
That bulge on the vein is the brain
Okay.
aneurysm.
So we need to
Remove
inject
it
the...
before it bursts.
I'm getting the
The
sedative
sedative.
ready. Please inject it directly into the bulge in the vein. Let's detach it with a scalpel while the sedative is still working. The aneurysm has been detached. The aneurysm has been... Please hold the vein with a forceps and connect it before the vein has been reconnected. We're done treating this brain aneurysm.
I have a lot of experience with aneurysms, so...
The test said there were multiple aneurysms, though.
Do you want to take the next one?
Sure.
There's a chance that any of these vessels will turn into aneurysms. Have the magnification tool ready. Let's shift our viewpoint
I'll
when
look around.
necessary and treat the aneurysms when they appear.
There it is. Let's treat
What?
it before it bursts.
There's more where we're not looking. Once we treat the ones in sight, we have to...
Okay, I'll get the upper one. Use the sedative. Cut, suction, and then you pull...
Is worn off. Once you
Shit.
the dropping forceps, pull it straight towards the other end of the vein.
Turn it off. Am I not going fast enough?
Yeah,
Why are these words in the way?
I'll cut.
Okay.
Sedative.
I already pulled it, but I guess I switched.
Now lift it off. Suction. Then you use the forceps to pull them together and suture. Suture. Cut. Get ready to cut. Cut the other side. Suction. Suture.
An aneurysm seems to have burst outside of our current view. Use the magnification tool to find it.
Pull it together. I'll get the right one.
Let's wait a moment and see what happens.
What?
Doctor, please hurry. If all of these
There
burst
we
at
go.
once.
Oh.
Eh.
What is this? You go for the bottom left.
Look, if you can do it,
How do you do it? How do you
hold
start
Z
it?
and B.
Aneurysm has burst.
Shit.
Eyes are dropping.
Hold Z and B.
And reconnect the vein.
That's some pretty shitty stars you've got going on.
That,
Okay,
I got it.
alright. Oh, crap.
Someone got it. Who got it?
You got it.
How do I do it?
Do
Or is it
these.
just-
Just do these.
Oh.
Do the things. Okay, it's over. Just too bad. Just get that one up there.
His vitals are stabilizing. It looks
Did I get it or did you get it?
You got it.
we're done here.
I did really big movements.
I can never do it. I can never do it in like in a time.
Well, when I tried to do it precisely, it looked like shit, like you saw it.
There needs to be like, I don't know. It just needs to fucking do it on its own.
I mean, there should just be 5 points that you have to hit. Like
it's
a suture.
it's too
almost.
hard to hit. Like, oh god, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, ninja hand symbols.
But it won't be long before they're made
Healing
available
touch,
to the
no
general
jutsu.
public.
Yeah.
Just like the pacemaker. Professor Wilkins had one. Why do I have this nagging feeling?
That the corporation is evil.
I need to nag somebody. I have to nag somebody. God.
Do you think this company is producing stigma? Like it's coming out of their machinery?
Q-heme blood.
Yeah.
Q-heme blood.
I was using artificial blood with my test mouse too. I wonder if there's a connection.
This is a prequel to True Blood.
Dr. Vaughn, can I trouble you for a moment?
Of course.
It's no trouble.
I
No,
wanted to check
I
on the
want to
Deputy
trouble you.
Secretary's condition.
You weren't listening.
I doubt I can tell you more than you already know, ma'am. Since he was brought here promptly, cerebral ischemia was kept to a minimum. And there are no signs of severe paralysis, so we shouldn't have to worry about any after effects.
A ton of
We can use
aneurysms
the
did
MRI,
burst.
So we'll look at the CAT scan tomorrow. Will you be advising on his rehab, ma'am?
Yes, I will. I also need to administer a personality test. Because of his implant, he must be closely monitored. It's sad, really. He's such a talented man.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the guy. But I'd like to leave him in the hands of the others so I can concentrate on stigma.
Agreed.
Just think about it. Think, Stick.
And Dr. Vaughn, it's a shame that you feel the need to keep secrets from us. But I'm hoping that will change.
What makes you say that?
Your cutaneous muscles seem a little more tense than normal. I'm out of practice.
What is this, lie to me?
Reading faces. Was my assessment accurate? You're a critical part of the Caduceus team. I hope you're not thinking of leaving.
Of course not.